Hi, everybody. I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter, and I'm here with my lovely sister, Sophie. Hey, Sophie.
Hi, everyone.
I hope you're doing well. We're here today to do the astrological and tarot predictions for all 12 signs for the new astrological year, which starts on March 20th, when the sun is going to move into the sign of Aries. So at first we thought we were going to do the whole year for the new astrological year, sign by sign, but then there's so much content in that year. So we thought we would do the first part only in this video. So the first part, meaning the two first eclipses of the astrological year 2022-2023. So we're going to go over those two eclipses for you because eclipses mean big life changes, big fated changes. So we're going to go first the general read for the collective, and then we're going to go sign by sign with astrology and tarot. So first of all, the sun moves into Aries on March 20th. So that means this is the real beginning of the new year. So you're going to feel a lot more energy, a lot more vitality to start new projects. This is the first sign of the 12 sign of the zodiac. So this is the real new year that we're supposed to celebrate. This is not on January 1st, according to the astrology. So this is really a time of rebirth, and it coincides with the spring equinox for Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, is going to be the other equinox, so the fall equinox. So this is a great time to birth new idea, new projects, new energy, to revive your home, revive your body, revive your routines. So we're going to go sign by sign. And it coincides, yes, with the equinox. And in the pagan tradition, it is called Ostara. So it's the pagan version of Easter, if you wish. So all egg symbology, rebirth symbology is going to be used in that pagan tradition. So this is really an important time in order to set intentions for the new year, the real new year in astrology. And we have this amazing conjunction on April 12 with Jupiter and Neptune. So this is truly like dreams come true conjunctions. So for all spiritual people, this is going to be a great, great, great energy. This is an awakening energy as well. And the ancients used to say that this is a triple manifestation power when two rulers are in their own sign. So which is the case with Jupiter and Neptune being in their home sign of Pisces. So it's going to be a great manifestation power in your chart. So you can look up where Pisces fall, but we're going to go over sign by sign. So before we do, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel. So let us know in the comments if you like us doing videos in English, and we'll try to do some more and to be regular as well. So we have lots of ideas of content we're going to add to the channel. So thank you for your support. We appreciate. And just before we begin, if you wish to order your personalized birth chart, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. And you can choose the birth chart in the color of your choice. And also, if you wish to book a tarot consultation with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com as well. And I think she's booked until the end of April, but there might be a few spots left. So hurry up if you want to book with her. So
yes, and also we just add these new service of priority booking,
yeah,
because it's about 2 months waiting right now, if I'm correct. So the priority booking is 30 minutes, but it allow you to have quicker appointments. So I think, if I'm correct, it's the same week. Even sometimes if you're fast enough, it could be the next day. So it's 30 minutes, it's priority booking. So look for it online at maisonjupiter.com.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. So do you think we can pull some oracle cards for this new astrological year? What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Before we do that, you mentioned that the eggs and the symbology is the new year. So the eggs is the fertility, and the bunnies that we have in Easter is also the symbology of new beginnings because it's the
Exactly.
fertility. So it's really powerful. I love it. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well, we know the Catholic, how do we say
church.
that? No, I wanted to say Catholic rituals. They were based on pagan rituals. So Easter was based on Ostara, which is the older pagan rituals. So all the eggs, the bunnies, all this symbology was took
You
from,
yeah.
yeah, used from this original pagan tradition.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we want one card.
I'm very excited about this new energy for the new year. I think there's going to be great manifestation.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Oh, okay. So it just flew. Oh, I love it. It's party. We have the
Wow.
card of party.
Oh, wow.
Not only party, but I just remember that we have on this card social. So this is a brand new energy because since 2020 we have a lot of less of social opportunities and parties also. So for me it symbolized two things. It symbolized first that this is a great time, this is a great year, so a lot to celebrate, not just parties as gathering of people, but also celebration first and fun and joy. So lighter energy for me, and also social. So it's something that will be there for the whole year. So I love it.
Cool. And I just want to mention here, I think we're going through a special kind of time period because at the same time, there's the old world that's kind of dying off. And at the same time, we're on a different timeline. So we're like in between or living on two simultaneous timelines, I feel. And the other one is building the new world, this new reality that we want to co-create. So yes, there's going to be new energies, rebirth of energies, like a manifestation power to create whatever you want to create moving on. But also there's going to be things that we need to let go in order to move on to this new reality. So I think we're going to face this mix of letting go of old stuff, which is going to be harder, of course, and also co-creating the future. So I think there's going to be lots of things that we can celebrate, lots of things we can be happy about with this celebration card for the new year. I love it. But also I say that because there's a lot of energy in the sign of Pisces still for the new year. So Pisces is the last of the 12 signs. It talks about letting go. It talks about more of our spiritual development than the material one. So it's more like if you wish, after the physical body dies, the soul goes back to source. So it's the energy of Pisces, so merging back into one. So but in the material world, it also means dissolving, so stuff dissolving, old situation dissolving. So I just want to mention that. I'm very happy about it, but also I think there's going to be a part of letting go of the old.
Well, this is a cycle of life. So
Right.
we need to embrace both parts. And I think this energy is also to keep in mind that even though we lose stuff, we need to celebrate because new things are
Mhm.
coming and it's for the best.
I love it. And sometimes I feel like when we're in the mood to celebrate, we're like, well, I can't really celebrate because I'm not there yet. Oh, I don't have this accomplished. Like everything is not like on target. And I feel like you got a good point here because we're never going to be 100% on target and 100% accomplished in all levels. So we still need to take time off to celebrate the little wins and the
Yep.
bigger ones also. So
Yep.
good point.
Great.
Okay, so moving on to eclipses. So yeah, there's going to be 4 eclipses in 2022. And why are we talking about eclipses? Because these are the bringers of big change. These are the bringers of fated change because they are new moons and full moons, but they are close to the lunar nodes, and the lunar nodes are associated with collective karma. So every time we have either a new moon or a full moon close to the lunar nodes, yes, it's an eclipse, but it also talks about collective changes, big collective changes, and as well personal changes in our lives. So every time there is a what we call the eclipse season, because they come in pairs. So we're gonna have one on April 30th and May 16th following the April 30th. So they're always at 2 weeks separating each other. So that's going to be our first eclipse season of the year. And then the other one is going to be, let me check the dates, October 25th and November 8th. So we're going to talk about these ones in another video. So every time we have eclipses, so it means there is going to be changes in the society, but also in your personal life. So you can look up every time there's going to be a big change in your life, let's say change of work, change of home, new relationship, weddings, new the kids, the birth of new souls. These always, or I would say very often, coincides with eclipses because they are big fated changes. So when we're talking about predictions for the year, I think the most important things we can look at is eclipses, because they talk about this cycle of transformation that is going to be asked of us by the universe. So we can look up the houses in which they fall in our personal birth chart. So that depends on your rising sign. And you're going to know what's the axis of signs that going to ask changes from you in your personal life. And this axis is going to be set for 18 months, so a year and a half. At the nose of the moon just moved into the Taurus and Scorpio axis on January 18, and they're going to stay there until mid 2023. So Scorpio and Taurus, wherever they fall in your birth chart, that's the axis along which you're going to have eclipses for 1 year and a half in your personal birth chart. So if they fall, for say, in financial houses, it means that you're going to be asked by the universe to transform your finances, all aspects of your finances during those 1 year and a half, 18 months. So we're going to go, of course, sign by sign in just a bit. But I just wanted to make sure everybody understands how important eclipses are. So we say often that it's new moons and full moon on steroids. So they're like 3 times more powerful than regular new moons and full moons. Yeah, I said that. So oh yeah, and the orb of influence is about a month before the actual date of the eclipse and about 6 months after the actual date of the eclipse. So right now, as we're filming this, we're already in this orb of influence of the eclipse season that we're going to have late April and mid-May. So a month before, so you can already see what's coming up for change in your personal life. And it's going to come to a peak of energy on the date, but you cannot really expect to have something big happening, let's say on the day of, but on the days around, for sure, you're going to feel something. So the first pair of eclipse, so the first one I said April 30th, this is going to be a new moon eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So the nodes of the moon shifted in the sign, in the axis of Taurus, Scorpio, mid-January. So this is our financial axis, but this is also a relationship axis because we talk with Taurus and Scorpio about exchange of energy. So Taurus is more of the sensual sign, and Scorpio is more of the sexual sign. So it talks about intimacy. So we have, it talks about like finance, because this is also an exchange of energy, money. So how you invest your money, how you gain money from the type of work that you're doing, but also the way the energy flows in your relationships. So this is the axis of Taurus and Scorpio. So the first one is a new moon. So we're going to open a new cycle with this new moon eclipse, a big new cycle that's going to be at least for 6 months after this date. So this is an important new cycle, and it's conjunct to the planets Uranus and the North Node. So it's gonna talk about surprises, because every time
Mhm.
we have our friend Uranus, and yes, I know about it because I had to move in the last year and a half with my friend Uranus that was inspecting my chart. So there's lots of surprises with Uranus. You never know what to expect. So Uranus and the North Node. So it talks about the future. So at that time, you're going to be planting seeds for the long term, for your future foundations, because it's in Taurus. So how can you make more money? How can you be more stable financially? It talks about those kind of things. Uh, and with Uranus, as I said, you can expect something like a surprise, something that's unexpected, because you never know, what to expect with Uranus. And the eclipse ruler, which is Venus, because it's in the sign of Taurus, is in conjunction with Jupiter and Neptune. So this is a really good new moon eclipse for collective awakening. This is going to emphasize a lot spirituality, awakening on a really large scale. There's really good aspects about this new moon eclipse. I really like it. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this
Sure.
collective energy?
So with that, can we expect that some truth is coming out because we have Uranus and we have some awakening?
It could be, but I'm thinking maybe more during the next one, since it's a full moon in Scorpio, and there's lots of aspects about revealing stuff. So
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe more the next one, but yeah, it could be some kind of surprise. Yes, for sure.
So I have two cards that flew out of the deck, so I have to take them both. I have Destruction of the Old, and I have Try New Things
Oh,
and Travel. So it's very good because we need travel. Please
yeah,
bring back travel.
yes, yes.
And yeah, Destruction of the Old and Trying New Things makes a lot of sense with a new moon.
But also, this eclipse, I forgot to say, is really close to this big conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces that we have exact on April 12th. It's still an orb during this eclipse. And it really talks about facilitating this traveling abroad, because Jupiter is the international planet, and Neptune talks about going on a faraway place. So that's a really good alignment for that. And I think, yeah, it really makes sense with the astrology as well.
Great, great, amazing.
So you said, what do you say? Surprise, the second card? No,
No, it's Destruction and Trying New Things and Travel.
trying new things. Yes, we're gonna talk about trying new things for every sign. And destruction, yeah, I kind of expected that because of this old world that's going to die on a fast forward speed. Yeah, with Uranus. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. So moving on to the second eclipse of this first pair of 2022. So it's going to be on May 16th, so just 2 weeks after the first one. It's going to be a full moon eclipse in Scorpio at 25 degrees exactly of Scorpio. And every time we have a full moon eclipse, it closes a cycle. So it brings the energy to a really high culmination peak, but also it allows us to reap the rewards of a cycle and to close it. It's more of a letting go type of energy. And this one is conjunct the South Node, which also talks about letting go of the old. So this one is a lot about healing and releasing old wounds, because we're talking about Scorpio too, which is the sign of healing and
And
doing I'm sorry.
Scorpio is also that. So
Yeah.
that in finishing some cycle and then restarting something.
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like the first eclipse is going to be more of planting seeds. I'm not sure if we're going to see results just yet because it is a new moon. But this one is going to ask us to really release what's blocking us from going into this new chapter. So But I do like this full moon, even if it's in Scorpio. An eclipse in Scorpio is going to feel very intense because a full moon is intense.
Yeah.
Imagine a full moon on steroids and the sign of Scorpio and the sign of intensity. Oh, hello.
Hello. She wanted to say hi. Sorry about this.
Hi, Sam. So yeah, I think this one is going to feel very emotional, and even more from people who still have, well, we all still have things to heal, but if you've been working on yourself, I think it's going to feel easier. If you've tried to sweep it under the rug for a few years, this one is going to be a hard one, because all the feelings are going to come up. Full moon, that's what it does. It brings to the light everything that's been hidden before. Scorpio is like those deep traumas and wounds. So it can most likely bring those up. So if you've done some work on yourself before, it's going to be, I think, a good eclipse to just let go and move on.
Yeah.
There's really good alignments with that eclipse. I think I like it. Yeah, it's going to be an intense one, but I think I like it because you know what? It sextiles Pluto, which is one of the two rulers of this eclipse, and it trines Mars, which is the other ruler of this eclipse. So it's really good aspects to both rulers of this eclipse. It really allows us, it's going to be easier to let go of old things that no longer serves us. So I think this is going to be a really good time to maybe write down some stuff you would like to let go, that's been blocking you before, more psychologically or emotionally. And also we got Chiron and Venus conjuncting in the sign of Aries at that time. So really healing childhood wounds, healing the divine feminine, healing the divine masculine, because it's in Aries, but it's also Venus. So for everybody that's willing to transform, it's going to be a good time to do so. And it's going to feel a lot easier to do so.
So it
And
would be
just
a
like,
good time. Oh, sorry. Would
oh,
you like
I just
to?
wanted to say this is the first eclipse and Scorpio since October 2014. So you can think about what's been going on in your life at the end of 2014, what's been transforming back then. You could maybe see some similar themes coming up during this full moon in Scorpio.
Yeah. So everything that will go out of your life is not meant to stay. So it's something that you outgrown and it's time to leave behind. So maybe it would be a good idea to do your vision board. Sorry, I lose my voice. I work too much. Okay, so sorry about that. So maybe it would be a good idea to do your vision board before those eclipses to see where you are at this current time in your life, what is your focus and what you want. And I'm pretty sure that what will leave your life will not be in that vision board, meaning that you're where you are, where you want to be leading. I think it's somewhere else that what will leave your life. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this second eclipse?
Sure. Okay. We have rekindle the flame, effort, and compromise.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think this is going to be, as I said in the beginning, it's yes, it's the financial axis, but it's also a relationship axis because it talks about intimacy and healing our core wounds in order to connect more with each other. So yeah,
I
makes total
see another sense out of it. I see that rekindle the flame for me, it would be like a test of how much you are willing to do or sacrifice or anything in your vision to put in terms of compromise and effort in what you really want. So for me, rekindle the flame will be, yes, you want to go there, but we needed to remove this out of your life so you can have the resources to move to where you want to go.
I like it. And also rekindle the flame. It can talk about relationships, but also it can talk about your own passion for life.
Yeah.
You know, like if you've been stuck in a situation that's been blocking you from finding back your passion, your energy, your Kundalini energy. So I think And Scorpio is linked to Kundalini energy. That's creation power that we all have. So when you find that passion back, when you release yourself from situations that are not aligned with you anymore, then yeah, I like this.
I love it.
This is a great eclipse. Okay. So what do you say if we go through the 12 signs?
Sure.
So first of all, look up your rising sign. This is going to be the most accurate for your house placements. And also you can look your sun sign, and then you can check your moon sign for a more internalized energy. It's more of the emotional energy for the moon sign. So first your rising, then your sun, and third your moon. Leos, let's see these eclipses for you and what they mean. So we have on April 30th, this new moon eclipse in Taurus. It's going to fall in your 10th house, which is the house of career, public image of work. Just going to share my screen. So here we have the sun, the moon in exact conjunction because it's a new moon, really close to the planet Uranus, so we can expect some surprises, unexpected events. And also we've got the North Node that's really close because it's an eclipse. So I call this eclipse awakening to our future. It's very more, it's future oriented for sure. So around that time, you're going to open up a new chapter in your career or your public life, and you're encouraged to go towards a new uncharted territory because we got Uranus and North Node. So really plant seeds around that that month to really go towards your future and your evolution in terms of career or public life. So try new things, go out of your comfort zone. Yeah, that's a big one. Go out of your comfort zone with Uranus there. If you're called to do more public things, like be more a public figure, be out in the open. So it's really time to take a leap of faith around this eclipse. And you've got Jupiter, Venus, Neptune, Mars in your 8th house. So this little party of planets in your 8th house. And you've got both Jupiter and Venus, which are financial planets in your 8th house, which is also a financial house. So this is a really good combination to be able to receive money. So let's hope it's your case. Also, it's going to be a good time benefiting from all the hard work of transforming yourself that you've done, because 8th house talks about personal transformation, healing. So, and when we got both Jupiter and Venus, which are the benefactors of the zodiac, both together in your 8th house, it means reaping the rewards, the karmic rewards of all the work that you've done. So expect some gifts, expect abundance, expect even money coming your way. So that's a really good aspect. And also that's going to be really favored is intimacy, sacred sexuality, merging with another, because it's the 8th house. So that's really good for these are good planets for that also. So what do you think with the cards?
Look into that. Okay, we have, oh, nice. Always on my mind. Hidden, obsession, and memorable. So I think we're going to talk about something that is what was always in your mind, and we want to make the most of it in this time. So we can bring something to the surface that will last for a longer time that we expect, and this brings to us good memories and memorable time. So I want to make sure that you use this eclipse to bring something that was always in your dreams maybe, but you never had the courage to do, and make the most of it because it's time to do it.
Wow. And with the 10th house, it's like it's go time. It's time to be public. It's time to be out there and not fear what others are going to think of you, because Leo tend to have that fear because we want to be center stage. I say we because I'm a Leo rising as well. So yeah, so we want to be center stage, but sometimes we're like, will people like me? Am I being too much? Am I being too out there? But no, it says that's the time to go. So I love that.
Yeah, and like Elvis says, do something worth remembering.
Oh, I love that. That's a great quote for Leos. Thanks, Elvis. Okay, so second eclipse for Leos is going to be on May 16. We've got this full moon eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, and for you, it's going to fall in your fourth house. Just going to share my screen. Okay, here we go. So we're having this moon, as you can see here, at 25 degrees of Scorpio, conjuncting the south node. So I call this eclipse healing and releasing old wounds and transforming. With the fourth house, it's going to be a great time to heal everything that is related to family traumas. Fourth house is also our foundations, so core wounds. It's going to be a really great time to release those, work on those, and release. And I love the fact that it's in a great alignment with both Pluto and Mars, which are the two rulers of the sign of Scorpio. So two rulers of this eclipse. So if you really want to let go of these wounds, that it's like an extra baggage that you're carrying that you won't need in the next chapter. So I think it's going to feel a lot easier to let go for good. So anything that's related to family trauma, core wounds, even issues with the mother, because it's the fourth house. So if you have some stuff to release, some stuff to heal about your relationship with your mother, this is going to be a great time. Also, release and let go to build new foundations for the future. And also, fourth house is also our values. So how do you view family life? How do you view married life? How do you view personal life? And maybe your values and your expectations of those things are shifting. So maybe it's going to be a time to release uh, old expectations and perspectives of what you thought was going to make you happy, and maybe you're shifting into a whole new set of values and perspectives. So it's going to be a great time to release those. What do you think with the cards?
Let me look. Ooh, okay. So we have a bunch of cards. So let me just select.
They want to talk.
Yeah, we have understanding, and I'm trying to grab on this last card that I have here. Okay, good. So this is the second card. We have confusion, love at first sight, and crush, and with understanding. So what I get from this, tell me what you see by yourself, but what I get from this for me is that we need to understand, first of all, for us with the love at first sight, what was coming from us in what we have in life. So you talk about value. So I want you to remember, without the influence of outside people, what do you love by yourself? So maybe something from your childhood or something from teenage years. So I want you to go back and try to reconnect with maybe this part of yourself was maybe more raw than today with all this influence.
Wow, it's deep.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah, well, fourth house is a really deep house too. So it's like your foundation, your values, your almost your unconscious about the way you think about life, what's how you've been conditioned more to think about life, because it's the fourth house, it's ruled by family. So it's really interesting that you bring up this conditioning, how you've been set up to think about things, what you've been wishing for. Is that really what you want, or is that been conditioned by your family, culture, or upbringing? So yeah, this is going to be a good time to release all that part of your upbringing that's no longer in alignment with what you truly want for your future and how you really want to express yourself in the more authentic way.
Yes, because if we look at this, we have first part is love at first sight. So this is initially what you love, and then we have confusion bringing on by people around you, and then we have crush. Your dream were crushed by all of that pressure and that confusion. We need to dig deep, and what was the beginning of it?
Wow, I love that. It's making me think so much right now. I love it. Well, I hope you liked it, Leos. And if that's the case, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It helps us bring out more videos like this one for you. So thank you for
Thank you.
watching. Bye bye.